With more and more information finally being revealed to us about the upcoming Monster Hunter Wilds, I thought it would be fun to go back to past games and rank each monster from best to worst. And in this video specifically, I will be ranking the roster of Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. Now, these are just my opinions, so try not to get too butthurt if I put your favorite monster low on the list. Different strokes for different folks, alright? So let's get to it. So, first up we got Acidic Glavenus. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel and you don't know this, Glavenus, my favorite monster of all time. So, I mean, look, we got a Glavenus, statue. I mean, look at this. Glavenus t-shirt I made myself. If you want it, you can pick it up in the link below. Shameless plug, but whatever. So, Acidic Glavenus, gonna be high up on my list here, but I will say I don't like Acidic Glavenus more than the OG Glavenus. I think we had a little bit of a missed opportunity not giving it an element. I think the acidic theme, it's okay, it's not great, but like it would have been cooler if we could have had, like, imagine a dragon type Glavenus or a thunder Glavenus or ice based Glavenus. I mean, that would have been perfect for Iceborne expansion. I think they should have gone something like that versus just the acidic, so I gotta deduct a little bit of points for it there. And also its tail is a longsword versus a greatsword. Greatswords are better, sorry longsword users, but it is what it is. So not as good as normal Glavenus, but still a great design. I still like it, don't get me wrong. The color palette, I don't prefer it over regular Glavenus. I like, blue and red's cooler than the greenish yellow hue that it has. But I do like Acidic Glavenus. It's got like the red eyes, so it's a little bit more vicious. So it's still cool. But we'll put it in amazing tier. Alright. Next up, Alatreon. Great design. Cool monster. Cool concept. The fight, when it first came out, was super annoying. It took me forever to beat it. Many attempts, especially since I'm a great sword user. And it has that like elemental threshold you have to hit. So that fight was a pain in the ass, I struggled a lot with it early on before finally beating it. But overall, it's still a great monster, I think. So we're gonna put it up in amazing tier. Just the way it looks visually, it's a great design. Ancient Leshen for the crossover event from The Witcher. Honestly, meh. I didn't really care for that crossover. I mean, like, Geralt being in it was cool and all that, but just, the Leshen, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's way cooler monsters you could have incorporated into Monster Hunter, so I really didn't even care. I think I only did the normal Leshen fight anyways. I didn't even do the Ancient Leshen. Like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't, it's meh. It's not a bad creature, it's just for Monster Hunter standards. Like, it's whatever. So next up we have Anjanath. Now, I love T-Rexes. I love theropods in general. I love brute wyverns. So, Anjanath high up on my list. All right. When Monster Hunter World was like revealed, and we got that trailer with like Anjanath, I was like, oh fuck yeah. Love the design of it. So it's going in amazing tier. I just like it a lot. I know it's like the most T-Rex, most basic looking. I mean, not basic, but it's the most similar to like an actual like T-Rex that we have in the game, so it gets points there. Plus it's got the cool concept with, I like how it's got like the nose thing that flares out and then like the little wing like sails in the back. It's pretty cool. Plus it's fire element. Love it. Love the weapons. Love the armor, like the end game armor versus like the earlier armor. So for the Iceborne armor, it was sick. I just like that primal sort of look that it has with all its weapon and gear. So amazing tier. That's where we're putting it. Azur Rathalos. Honestly, it's solid. I don't really feel like it improves on regular Rathalos' design much. It's just blue, which I like red more than I like blue. So we'll put it under solid. Okay. Banbaro. This dude's awesome. Love the design. Love the concept of it. Like a moose mixed with a theropod type of thing, this sort of winter brute wyvern. Love the big old horns it has. The fight's cool. The mechanics with it, like rolling like the giant snowball or like the giant tree trunk and stuff. Cool fight. Plus the armor set. I don't remember. I think it might be the beta set, whichever armor set where it's like the big bulky looking Viking furry gear, not furry like animal, but like a lot of hair on it, you know, with like the big beard. Love, that's like one of the coolest armors I think in the game. So Bonbaro we're putting at amazing. Next up we have Barioth, not to be confused with Baroth. I don't know why they went with very similar names, but whatever. Barioth, I like Barioth. I like the concept of it. A saber-toothed dragon, big old fangs on it. It's cool. Love the look of it. The fight's fun. I like it more than like the Nargacuga, who's kind of like just very similar with like its skeleton and everything. I like Barioth. We'll put Barioth at, I think we'll put it at good. We'll put it at, but it's good. I don't know if I'll put it in amazing, but we'll put it at good. Baroth. I like Baroth. I like a lot of the early game monsters. Just in general, when I'm playing video games, I always like, not the very start of a game, but like that early game to mid-tier. I just always like, in like whatever game it is, it's always like usually like my favorite moments in video games. And like it being like an earlier stage monster. I like the concept of it. It's got a cool design. I like how he just like head rushes and bashes into things, rolls around in the mud. That's cool. And then plus like when it lets out that, you know, that like the steam sound out of its little head cavities, that's pretty cool. So we'll put Baroth up there. I don't know if I'll put it ahead of Barioth, but that's close. All right, next up we've got, I know people pronounce this name a lot of different ways, but I'm pretty sure the only time I've heard it pronounced in like an official game was Monster Hunter Stories 2, and they said Basilgeuse, so that's what we're gonna roll with. I know some people are, it's basil juice because of the star Beetlejuice or whatever. I don't give a damn. All right, you can call it whatever you want. It's a cool monster. It's a great monster. I think that was one of the most memorable fights from Monster Hunter World. Its soundtrack, or its soundtrack is dope. The concept of it being like a B-2 bomber just coming in and just like swooping in and fucking shit up. I like it. Cool design. Got heavy explosives. You know, love the whole concept about it. We're putting it at amazing. Actually, let me do. Yeah, let's do it like that. We'll move those around a little bit. Try to make them, you know, in better order. All right, next up we have Behemoth, who was a crossover monster from Final Fantasy, which I love that crossover event. I think Final Fantasy was a perfect game to choose to bring over a creature into Monster Hunter. Behemoth was a pain in the ass. I didn't beat, me and my buddy, my best friend, we were playing when Behemoth was released. We played like a month straight, couldn't beat it. We couldn't beat the fight, dude. We just couldn't beat it. And I'm pretty good at video games, but we just could not beat this motherfucker. Took us forever. Like we would get online. We'd probably try like a couple nights a week of getting through it. Never happened. And eventually like we moved on, and like a couple months later we came back and we finally beat Behemoth. But it was like, you know, it's like a legit raid fight. And I like MMOs, like I grew up playing World of Warcraft. So Behemoth was awesome. We're putting Behemoth up and amazing, even though it's not a Monster Hunter monster. It's a Final Fantasy monster, but it's a classic. Great design, cool fight. I think it fits well into Monster Hunter. Next up, we have Beatotus from the Iceborne expansion. I like this monster. It's cool. I like it more than a lot of the other Piscine wyverns that we got. I think it was a cool introductory monster when you get into Iceborne. I like how I always like monsters that are based on like some sort of sea creature life, but then they incorporate it into land, whether it's like snow or like in the desert, like a land shark type of a thing concept. I always like that. So we're putting up Beatotus right up here. We're putting a good tier. All right, Black Diablos. Gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest Diablos fan. It's a cool monster. It's an annoying ass fight, I think. Well, when I first started playing the game, it was annoying. Like eventually, once you get better and understand the game, it becomes way more manageable. So, and plus you have like the little screamer pods or whatever to, you know, blast it out of the sand. That makes the fight way easier. I don't know if I like it more than regular Diablos, but we'll put it solid for now. You know, it's a cool monster. All right, next up we have Black Veil Valhazak. Zombie dragon, you know. Although this one is like spore based, if I remember correctly. Like it's like these parasitic type of spore things that go all about it. I don't know if I like it more than regular Valhazak, but it's a pretty cool monster. I'll put it under. These are good. It's like in between good and solid. We'll put it for good. We'll put it at good for now. It's a cool creature. Not amazing, but I like it. Next up, Brachydios. Now I know Brachydios is a big fan favorite. A lot of people love Brachydios. I'm kind of on it, you know. I like brute wyverns, so you think I'd be all into this. And I like big, brutish, heavy smashing, heavily armored creatures too. And I like the concept that the whole slime converts into like explosives. But there's something about Brachydios that, like, I don't know if it's just the fact that it's just like all one color, like its color palette's pretty boring. It's all like blue and then it's got like the green slime. And I'm not the biggest fan of like the horn on its head. It looks kind of weird. It looks kind of like we know what it looks like. It's just, it's a cool monster, but I'm not going to put it under good. Because I like Raging Brachydios better. But we'll get to that. Next up, Brute Tigrex. Initially, when I got into Monster Hunter, wasn't the biggest fan of Tigrex. In Monster Hunter World, I really didn't care for it too much. It wasn't until, honestly, like Rise and Stories 2. And I think the main reason is that in World, a lot of the monsters, like, they're more realistic looking, right? And because of that, their color palettes for a lot of the monsters are muted. So I didn't really care for Tigrex too much in World. I thought the fight was you're just annoying, just running all over the place, rampaging around. I'm like, bro, just sit still. But going back on track to what I was saying, the muted color palettes and stuff just didn't do it for me as much in World. But I did like, I've become more of a fan of Tigrex in general, and it's just because I like it when it's in games, when its color palette is more exemplified. It just looks way cooler. So we're gonna put Brute Tigrex. We'll put it there. We'll put it above Black Diablos. All right, next up we've got Koro Puke Puke. Now, Puke Puke, one of the coolest monsters, I think. I love the design. It's an early game monster. You get, you know, like I said earlier, I always like that early to mid game type of feel in any video game, because it's like you've gotten a feel of the game, everything's kind of established, and like you've met these whatever characters, creatures, and you've seen them for like a little bit, so like you become more familiar with them, and there's almost like a little sense of like nostalgia when you look back on it. And Koro Puke Puke, just like normal Puke Puke, is awesome. I think the color palette's even cooler than regular Puke Puke. So we're gonna put it. Honestly, let's put this sucker. Oof, I don't know. Let's put it right there. We'll put it above Alatreon for now. Love it. Great design. All right, next up we have Devil Joe. Fan favorite, Devil Joe, the pickle. Big old ugly T-Rex. I love the concept of it, how it's like it's just always hungry and has to constantly feed just to fuel its body, because it's just always burning calories, because it's just this jacked up monster. I love when it becomes enraged, how like its muscles basically like split apart and shit. I love that. It's cool as fuck. I will say, I don't like how scrawny its legs are as compared to how bulky its body is. I think that's a little, you know, whatever. And I'm not the biggest fan of its upper jaw. I would have preferred if it had like just more of a regular type of upper jaw. Like the bottom jaw I'm fine with, the big fat bottom jaw with all the spikes, but the upper jaw, there's a little bit too much going on up there. But it's still an awesome monster. I'll put it up here in good. I don't know if I like it more than Barioth. I don't even know if I like it more than Barioth, honestly. We'll put it right there. All right, normal Diablos. I kind of already went over this. It's just like Black Diablos. It's just the OG. So it really just comes down to really like what color palette do you like more? Do you like the black, or do you like the tannish sand color? And since Black Diablos, I don't feel like really does much else besides the OG. I'll just put the OG ahead of Black Diablos. They're neck and neck. You know, you can pick and choose. It's whatever. Next up, Dodo Gamma, baby. Dodo Gamma. Love me some Dodo Gamma. Who doesn't like Dodo Gamma? It's a great monster, great concept, cool creature. It's cute, but it's also cool looking. You know, he's a little chunky. He's got one of the coolest like roars I think in the game, like that very like whale sounding roar, whale sounding whale, I guess you can say. It's like a wailing type of sound. No pun intended. It's a cool fight. It's easy, but I just like him. He just like eats rocks and just like throws shit up and stuff. We're gonna put this dude. Do we put it in God tier? It might be. Let's put it in God tier for now. It's an awesome creature. I like amphibians and stuff like that, anyways, or just like. Even though it's not an amphibian, I know that from Monster Hunter. I know it's not amphibian, but you know it's very salamandery, amphibious sort of design, which I like. Anyways, God tier, Dodo Gamma, book it, baby. All right, next up, Ebony Odogaron. Odogaron, awesome creature. Ebony Odogaron, I think, is even cooler. I like its color palette more. I like the fact that it has a dragon element. You can't go wrong with like evil red eyes and like red energy and stuff. We're putting up God tier. I think we got to, right? It's an awesome monster. Cool armor set too. Well, let's not forget about that. Awesome concept. I like it. All right, Fatalis, the last melon, the last monster of the game, basically, the final boss. Fatalis, can't go wrong with it. Awesome creature. Now, when I say this, people might get a little butthurt, but it's a very basic design. It says like standard of a Eastern or like a European style dragon as you can get. You know, there's nothing like there's no crazy concepts with it. It's very standard, like very like prototype of, you know, your basic dragon. 4 limbs, long slithering body, wings. It's got like even like the horn style, like the classic kind of slick back curved horns. Nothing crazy about it. Nothing super unique about it, honestly. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's still an awesome design. It's still a really cool fight. It has awesome armor and weapons. And I like the coolest thing I think about its concept in general is that it kind of rears up on its hind legs, and I think the lore was saying that it does that as like a way of mocking humans because it has such a disdain for humans that it does it just to kind of mock them while it's like, you know, fucking them up. So I like that. That's cool. Fatalis, we're gonna put it at amazing. Even though I think Alatreon is a more unique design, I like Fatalis a little bit more. I think you know, as like an artist perspective, Alatreon better. But as just a personal thing, I like Fatalis more. I like the classical dragon look. So, next up we have Frostfang Barioth. Now, I like Barioth, as you know, and Frostfang, I just think, takes the normal design and amplifies it just a little bit more. I like it a little bit more. I like the extra kind of like fur that it has. And it just looks a little bit more ancient. All the added, you know, ice and everything to it. Awesome. I like it more than regular Barioth, so we're gonna put it. Honestly, it's gonna. Let's put it here for now. We'll put it right here in amazing. We'll put it in amazing above Fatalis. I just like it, dude. Saber-toothed dragon. I just love that concept. In fact, that they just amplified everything with the OG design. It's up there for me, folks. It's up there. Plus, I like the armor. The armor's cool. The weapons are cool. The fights, you know, it could be a little annoying at times, but overall, Frostfang Barioth, amazing monster. Fulgor Anjanath. Again, Anjanath, one of my favorite monsters, so Fulgor Anjanath's going to be high up on the list. The color palette, I like the color palette. It's cool how it's got like the stripes, the orange and like the orange and black stripes on the head and everything. The fact that it switches over to thunder based, it's got all these lightning type of powers versus fire. I like that concept. I like how it's like the lightning's like blue and stuff too. That's really cool. And the fact that it kind of roams around in Hoarfrost Reach, in like the frozen tundra. I like that concept too. Whether I like it more than regular Anjanath, I don't know. It's close. It's hard to beat the OG, so we're gonna put it. It's like neck and neck, dude. It's close. Typically, I prefer fire over, thunder as just an element. Fire is my favorite element, but the thunder-based thing is pretty sick. Like don't get me wrong. So we'll put it in amazing, neck and neck with normal Anjanath. So Next up we have Furious Rajang. So Furious Rajang just takes normal Rajang, I think, and improves upon it. It's just full on Super Saiyan the whole time. That's awesome. We're gonna put it up an amazing. Where do I put it though? Where do I put it on amazing? Is it above Bambaro? Do I like it more? The fight's annoying. I've never liked the fight of Rajang. I'm gonna be real, and I really don't care for the armor or weapons. We'll put it down at the bottom of amazing for now. I think that works. All right, next up, guys. Come on. We know where this one's going. Like I said, got the statue. I got the shirt that I designed myself. I've drawn this monster more than probably any other Monster Hunter monsters. It's the GOAT. It's the best monster in the series. Just gonna call it like it is. Well, Hellblade Glavenus, I think technically is the best. If semantics, because it just takes normal Glavenus and improves upon it. But Hellblade's not in this game. Normal Glavenus is. So, God tier, baby. Best monster in the series. That's what I think. So, I like everything about Glavenus. It's a theropod, more specifically like a Carnotaur, one of my favorite dinosaurs. Like I said, my favorite element is fire. It's fire. My favorite weapon is a greatsword. It has a fucking greatsword for a tail, dude. And it's just like heavily armored. It's got a lot of spikes. Love that shit. It's like this demonic, like knight demonic, like dinosaur knight type of thing. It's cool as fuck. Best monster in the game. No question. All right. Gold Rathian. Gold Rathian I think is way cooler than normal Rathian. But I don't think it's anything like, crazy. I'm never like Rathian, like it's like, why would I care about Rathian when I can have Rathalos? That's the way I look at it. But Gold Rathian, definitely better than regular Rathian. And I like it probably more than Azure Rathalos. Do I like it more than do I put it top of solid? I don't know. We'll put it there for now. We'll put it right there. All right. Next up, Great Gyros. Gyros? I don't know. It's whatever. It's a super, it's an okay concept. Nothing crazy. It's pretty forgettable, I feel like. When I played through, I fought it the one time that you have to while you're going through it, and then maybe like one or two times. Like I don't remember ever needing any like armor or any drops from it for like weapons and stuff. It's a whatever monster. Next up, Great Jagras. Your introductory large monster to Monster Hunter World. Awesome creature, great design. It's a perfect intro monster. I love the concept. It's like this big old iguana, and you can like swallow its prey whole and just engulf them, and it has a big old gullet. It's fun to just smack down upon. It's an awesome introductory monster. Boom, we'll put it there. I think. Is that a good spot above Devil Joe? Do I like it more than Devil Joe? We'll put it in the good for now. We'll put it there. Yeah. I think it's a good spot for now. Might have to switch it up. It could be amazing, but I don't know. We'll put it in good. We'll put it in the good for now. Giratodos. This ugly thing. Didn't really care for it. And it was always beaten up on Baroth, on Baroth in the, what is it though? Wasteland? What the hell is the name of the map? I forget. Whatever. Wildspire Waste. It's been a few years since I've played, folks. It's I didn't really care for it. I didn't like the fight that much. It's an ugly fish monster thing. Yeah, I didn't. It's okay. It's a cool monster, but it's just not my style. Kieran. I like the look of Kieran. It's cool. It's very unique in the Monster Hunter series. There's not many other monsters like it. You know, it's like a straight up like mythological horse creature. I think is it Japanese mythology or Chinese mythology where it comes from? I forget. I think it's Japanese mythology. I don't remember. But it's cool. It's a cool creature. It looks cool. I like the lightning element. It's small though, and it's an annoying fight. Armor. The armor, I don't like goofy armor. It's not my thing. I like cool looking armor. So its armor is just terrible. The weapons don't look that great either. But as a monster design, I like it a lot. Just for style points, we'll put it. It's cool looking, but besides the looks, not much else. Not much else to it for me. Kuluyaku, another awesome introductory early game monster. A lot of personality to it. It's like an oviraptor. It's taking eggs and stuff. It'll smack you with like rocks. Fun concept. Cool fight. Cool little creature design. Nothing spectacular, but it's a really good monster. We'll put it. We'll put it in the good tier. Actually, let's put it above Blackveil Valhazak. Kolv Tarath. Cool monster. I like the fact that it has like all the gold on it, and you kind of like beat the shit out of it to get all that off of it. All the phases of the fight was cool. But does it like really do it for me? Is it something crazy? Like no, it's a solid monster. Let's put it. Do I like it more than Brachydios? That's the question. No, I don't think so. We'll put it there. All right, so Kushala Daora. Honestly, don't really like this monster that much. The fight is super fucking annoying. I hate the whole wind thing. It's so annoying to fight. And again, it's sort of similar to Fatalis, and it's a very basic looking European style dragon. I know it has like the metallic look to its body, but I like, and like the wind element like is cool. I like the concept of there being like this tornado wind style monster. But I never really cared for it that much. So we're putting it at the bottom of solid. Okay? Plesioth. Basically Dratotus, but magma. Magma's cooler than mud, so we're putting it above Dratodos. The fight's annoying too. Like I hate when the armor hardens and like your shit's just bouncing off of it. It's so annoying. So decent. It's whatever. Legiana. Now when this monster first came out and I saw its name, I used to pronounce it Legiana, but it's Legiana. I don't know if I like that more or not, but neither here nor there. Cool monster, cool concept. It's I like the elegance and gracefulness of it. Really cool. Where do I put it? It's gonna be under solid, I think. Do I like it more? I might have to move some of these around. I'm trying to think. Where do I like it? Do I like it more than Kieran? I like the fight probably more than Kieran, but like the design. Where do I put this little sucker? Do I like it more than Diablos? You know what? I don't. I don't like it more than Diablos. It's a cool monster, but I don't like it more than Diablos, so we're putting it there. Next up, Normal Leshen. I mean, same shit with Ancient Leshen. Don't care. It's whatever. Not that it's a bad creature, just for Monster Hunter, I don't really care for it. Lunastra. The counterpart to Teostra, Elder Dragon. I don't like the way it looks as much as I like Teostra, because I like red over blue, and I just like the horn setup and everything of Teostra over Lunastra. And if I remember correctly, Lunastra's fight was even more annoying, especially it didn't have like that one supernova attack that could like one-shot you back when it first came out. You know, it's solid. I like it more than... I think I like it more than Kushala, so we'll put it there. Namiel. This creature has an awesome design. Super, super awesome design. I love the concept of it, like the deep sea creature. The whole thing, the whole vibe of it. I love the water and lightning combo. Reminds me of Lagiacrus. Super, super cool. Love the design. The whole reveal of it was sick. The fight was okay. It was nothing great, you know? But in terms of just monster design for the series, it's peak. It's up there. So just based on that alone, like we got to put like God tier. It's such a cool looking monster. Like when it's glowing and everything's lit up, you know, got to use proper words here. It just looks awesome. It looks incredible. It's all these like LED, you know, can't go wrong with that. So God tier, we're putting it up there. All right, next up we have Nargacuga, the Panther Dragon. I like the concept of it, very stealthy in the shadows and deep in the jungle. It's a pretty cool creature. But like I said earlier, I don't like it more than Barioth. But it's a good design. I know a lot of people love Nargacuga. Doesn't do anything like special for me, but I will put it. I like Kuluyaku more, I think. So we'll put it. But I do think I like it more than Black Veil Valhazak. I think so. Yeah. So we'll put it there for now. Good tier. Next up, Nergigante, the flagship of Monster Hunter World, and overall just a badass monster. I think one of my top 10 favorite monsters from the series. I mean, I actually made a video a long time ago about my top 10 favorite monsters, so go check that out if you want to watch that, where I talk into more detail about all my favorite monsters from the series. Nergigante, awesome monster. I love the whole concept of it. It's just big brute. I love the giant horns on it. I love the color palette. It reminds me of like a Gila monster. And plus it has like Wolverine healing factor powers. I mean, that's sick. And plus like, it just gets more and more spiky. That is God tier, dude. We're putting it up there, dude. We're doing it. God tier. One of the coolest monsters from the series. Alright, next up we have... What is this? Nightshade. Nightshade Palumo, right? I think that's the subspecies, Nightshade Palumo. It's a cool design. I like the concept of like the whole blowing up into the air and just kind of floating and stuff. You know, it's a cute creature. I guess cute, if you want to say it. I like it more than normal Palumo just because it's not pink. You know, it's got the sleep, right? It's got like the sleep abilities where it can put you out. That's annoying, but I do like the color palette more than normal Palumo. But overall, I don't really care for it like too much. We'll put it above Dratados. All right, normal Odogaron. Basically, everything I said about Ebony applies here, but it's just not quite as cool as Ebony. But it is amazing, and we will put it in the amazing tier. I think that looks about right. I might have to adjust these later. We'll see. All right, normal Palumo, same thing applies. But do I put it? We'll put it there. Decent category above. I'm sorry, Great Gyros or Gyros. You just weren't very memorable. One of the most forgettable monsters. I'm sorry, dude. But, you know, it's not a bad design. All right, Pink Rathian. Pink Rathian. I think I like Pink Rathian a little bit more than regular Rathian, but not as much as Gold. But it doesn't really do much for me. Putting in a decent, you know. Normal Puke. Again, like I said, early stage monster. Love the whole concept of it. Great design, a lot of character to it. It's so fun just to go ham on and you feel a little bit bad when you're beating the shit out of it. And I like how the one thing I like about the Witcher DLC was the quest line where you like save the Puke Puke. That was really cool because like, you know, I don't always want to beat the hell out of the monsters. You know, like some of them I feel bad, like when they're limping away and like they're whining and stuff. Like I feel a little bit bad for that because I like animals. And plus, like that's what I like about like the stories games, Monster Hunter Stories games, that you tame them and like you ride them and like they're your partner. I like that. So I always feel a little bit bad beating the shit out of Puke Puke, but it's also really fun. And it's, like I said, awesome creature design. It's an amazing creature. We'll put it up. We'll put it up there in the amazing tier. Next up, Radoban. Cool creature. One of the first creatures you come in contact with in what the hell was the name of that place? The Rotten Vale. The Rotten Vale. One of the first monsters you come across in the Rotten Vale. I like it. It's a cool monster. I like all the spikes and like the skeletal armor look and like the tar coming off of it. It's a fun fight. It's a really fun fight just to break stuff. Like that always feels good in Monster Hunter when you're just like wailing down upon a monster and just breaking shit off. So it's super satisfying. It's a cool creature design. We'll put it under solid. Where do I put it though? I might have to, you know, I might go back and I might have to put Diablos up a little further. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. All right, Raging Brachydios. Now, even though like normal Brachydios I think is okay, I like Raging Brachydios way better. I think the slight color palette change does wonders for it. I like how it's got more of like that yellowish, color all throughout its body as like the little accents and everything. I don't like monsters that are all just like one straight color. That's too bland for me. So I think this improves upon normal Brachydios' design. Plus, I think just the more explosives is cooler. I like how like it's more of like the orangish color too with that slime. So he's going up into good, and honestly, I might put him right there. So for those of you who are whining that normal Brachydios I wasn't too big a fan of, well, guess what? Raging Brachy is going up into the good tier. I like Raging Brachy a lot. All right, normal Rajang. Same thing with Furious Rajang, just not as cool. It's just in its normal Saiyan form, it's not Super Saiyan. So it's a good design. We'll put it... Do I like it more than Devil Joe? It's close. We'll put it... Those two are neck and neck. They're neck and neck. All right, Rathalos, the Charizard of the Monster Hunter series. The mascot, the logo, the most well-known monster, Rathalos. Awesome design. Very cool flying wyvern. It's a good design. Now, do I like it more than? Yeah, let's put it there. We'll put it in an under good. We'll put it above Great Jagras for now. It's a cool monster. Can't go wrong with Rathalos. All right, normal Rathian. Same thing as Pink Rathian, just not as cool, but I still like it more than those. It's just, like I said, like when Rathalos exists, why do I care about Rathian? That's kind of how I feel. Ruiner, Nergigante. Yeah, we'll just put it. Same thing applies to normal Nergigante. It's just more spikes and just overall a little bit cooler. If I remember correctly, the armor set's even better and the weapons are even better. So yeah, we'll put it right up there with normal Nergigante. I think it just slightly improves upon the cool things about the OG. So now we have Safi Jiva. Basically Smaug from The Hobbit. That's always the vibe I get from it. It's a very, again, same thing that you had with like Fatalis, where it's just kind of a basic European dragon. It's not like it has any sort of crazy cool concepts to it. Like it has like that blue energy and stuff. That's awesome. The what's its big attack? The Sapphire. What's it? Sapphire Star? I forget what it is. But that one the one move in the game where like everything gets quiet and you just see like that blue like energy thing just drop before it explodes. That is so sick. I love that. And plus, like, even though it's a very standard dragon design, I think it's awesome. I love the look of it, you know? Sorry. But it's awesome. We're going to put it... Do I like it more than Fatalis, though? I don't know. Well, those two are pretty neck and neck for me. So that's where it's going to be going for now. Let me scroll down a little bit here. All right. Next up, we have Savage Devil Joe. All right. So Savage Devil Joe is cooler than normal Devil Joe. So we're going to put it... Ooh, where do we put it? Do I like it more than Raging Brachydios? I think... Ooh, those two are close. We'll put it right there. We'll put it right there for now. I like it a lot. It's cool. It's got the dragon element. It's even more vicious than normal Devil Joe. So we'll put it up there for now. Now we have Scarred Young Garuga. Honestly, this, you know, it's not much difference from regular Young Garuga. You know, it doesn't really do too much for me. So we will put it... Also, the fight's not that fun. We'll put it under decent for now. Next up, Seething Basilgeese. Let's put it God tier. God tier. Normal Basilgeese, I love it. And Seething just improves upon everything that I like. It's just normal Basilgeese, it's just like juiced up a little bit, you know? I like how it's got like sort of like the explosives and everything, like the energy sort of starts to turn purple and stuff. I love the color palette of it and everything. The fight, again, it's like just like normal Basilgeese, not much is different. It's just amped up and it's awesome. So we're putting it at God tier. Do I like it more than... Actually, let's put Dodogama down at the bottom of God tier. Like, do I like... Damn, this is a pretty even match here between Seething Basilgeese and Namiel. Which do I like more? I think I'm gonna put... Let's do this. I think that's the order I'm going with for now. All right. Next up we have Shara Ishvalda, the rock sort of form of it. It's solid. Do I like it more? It's solid. There's nothing crazy about it, nothing special. It's okay, you know. It's kind of a very simple fight. Like I don't think I ever died. Maybe I died once during the first time I ever did this fight. Like it's pretty easy, and you're really just breaking off its parts till you get to the real fight. So we're just gonna let it solid for now. All right, Shrieking Legiana. A little bit cooler than a normal Legiana, so we're putting it right ahead of standard Legiana under the solid tier. It's a cool monster. I don't like it more than Diablos, I don't think. Yeah, nah. Alright, let me go down here. Who do we have next? Silver Rathalos. Okay. Silver Rathalos. Let's go... It's the coolest of all the Rathaloses in this game, at least. Dread King Rathalos is my favorite Rathalos. Is it amazing, though? Or is it just better than normal Rathalos? I don't think I can say it's an amazing monster. It's really good. It's really good. It'd be like a 8 out of 10 type of monster, you know? But do I like it more than those two? I don't think so. Oof, I don't know. He is pretty cool, though. I put it above? You know what? I'll show Silver Rathalos a little bit more respect there. We'll put him at the top of good tier. Stygian Zinogre. Zinogre's an awesome monster. Stygian, like you would think, like based on like if you knew me, you would think that I would like Stygian Zinogre more than regular Zinogre, just because it's like, oh, it's color palette, like red and like black are my favorite colors. It's like white, red, and black. That's, you know, well, red, white, and black are like my 3 favorite, you know, colors. And like it's got white fur, it's got like a darkish, you know, dark gray. It's got like the red energy, the dragon element. I love that. That's cool. So you think like I would like Stygian Zinogre more than normal Zinogre, but I don't. To me, Stygian Zinogre feels like you know how in fighting games, like you have your main, whatever like the main character is for a fighting game, and then they end up creating like the shadow version of it. It's like almost the same moveset. It's just like the evil version of it. That's what Stygian Zinogre feels like for me as compared to regular Zinogre. But it's still a cool monster. It's just I just don't like it as much, anywhere near as much as normal Zinogre. That's weird. I don't know. I just think normal Zinogre is just so perfect that Stygian Zinogre is just like, yeah, it's like, you know, it's cool. It's just doesn't improve upon normal Zinogre, I feel like. All right, so next up we have Teostra. All right, Teostra. It's a cool design, cool monster, cool concept. I like it more than Lunastra. You know, the fact that it's a Manticore is sick. I like the concept of that. It's a good monster. We will put it. Do I put it above Kulu? I mean, it's a cooler, like it's super cool, but I'm trying not to do this just based on the cool factor. You know, I'm trying to take into account a little bit more things, and just how I feel about it. You know, we'll put it under good tier for now. Next up, normal Tigrex. I like normal Tigrex more than brute Tigrex. You know, we'll put it at the top of, you know what, we'll put it under good. Because I like it more than Nargacuga. Do I like it more than... You know what? He's climbing the ranks now that I'm thinking about it. We'll put him under good for now. Above Stygian. I think I like it more than Stygian Zinogre. Yeah, it's cool. I just like any sort of like very prehistoric primal looking monsters, and like I said, Tigrex I actually think looks cooler in Monster Hunter Rise and Stories 2, just because of the blue and the orange color palettes amplified. You know, it's more saturated, and I just like that. It looks so much cooler when the color palette is bright. I feel like, because it really just shows off the stripes and everything. It's much more striking looking than it is in World. All right, so now we have Tobi Kadachi. All right, so now we have Tobi Kadachi. Cool monster. I like the design of it. The fight is pretty annoying though, but it's a cool design. I like the design of it. We'll put it just above. Ooh, do I put it above Legiana? I think so. We'll put it there for now. Zitsuyaku. I don't think it's anywhere near as cool as Kuluyaku. It's okay looking. It's got like the cool frills that flare out and it like blinds you. But other than that, nothing too special. It's a decent monster. We'll put it pretty low. I mean, none of these monsters are bad designs. Don't get me wrong. That's why I'm not trying to be too insulting with like the ranking. That's why I have it under decent. You know, it's an okay, like Capcom, like the team that designs these monsters, they generally do a very good job. Like, all these are cool monsters. It's just some are way better than others. All right. Uragaan. Uragaan. Do I like it more than like this guy over here? I don't think so. It's a solid design. It's a pretty cool fight, but nothing too special for me. So Jay Leno, we're putting down at the bottom of solid. All right, normal Valhazak. Now, since I don't feel like Black Veil Valhazak really improved upon much that I already liked about Valhazak, I can't rank Black Veil higher. So we're definitely gonna put it into the good tier. It's a cool monster. It's a zombie dragon. I like the concept of that. It has a really cool roar. It's fight theme music is really cool. I like the whole feel of it. So yeah, we'll put it under good. Yeah. The armor's cool too, though. I will say that the armor's cool. The weapon's cool. See, man, it's really hard because like so many of these monsters are just like neck and neck. It's like really hard to choose between, you know, which ones are better. And it's like Valhazak, like I kind of want to put it up higher on this good list. But then again, I'm just like, I'm trying to like go off of like when I'm in game playing and like how excited or how much I look forward to like encountering the monster. That's kind of what I'm getting at, and just like watching it do its animations and all that kind of stuff on screen. So even though I like the concept a lot of Valhazak, I don't know if I can rank it like super high on the good list. All right, Velkhana, awesome monster. It's a great flagship for Iceborne. Very elegant looking. I love how when it coats itself with all like the extra ice and stuff. It's normal form. You know, it's very kind of generic looking ice dragon. But once it's like, you know, amplified with all the cool extra, you know, ice armor and everything on it, it looks really cool. The fight's fun. We're gonna put it definitely under good. We'll put it above normal Rathalos. Yeah, we'll put it there. I just like, dude, I like Barroth and Barioth, man. I know they're basic, you know, earlier game monsters, but I just really like their designs, so I can't put it above that. You know, I don't always go off of the more powerful monster. If I was like a little kid, then yeah, I would just be like, oh, all the strongest monsters are the coolest. But I don't do that anymore. I'm an adult, all right? I take into account more things than that. All right, Viper Tobi-Kadachi. I think Viper Tobi-Kadachi is way cooler than normal Tobi-Kadachi. It's not as annoying of a fight. I mean, the poison shit still sucks, don't get me wrong, but it's not as annoying as getting paralyzed. Like, that's one of my least favorite things in Monster Hunter is getting paralyzed. Ugh, I hate that. And also like the color palette of Viper Tobi-Kadachi. So we're going to put it up under good. I actually like it. Let's put it there for now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like Viper Tobi-Kadachi a lot. So we'll put it under the good. Alright, now we have Xeno'jiiva. Okay, so now we have Xeno'jiiva. The endgame monster from Monster Hunter World. It's a cool creature. I like the armor and weapons more than I care for the actual monster. It's a solid monster. Now, where do I put it up on this list? Ooh. Honestly, it doesn't do too much for me. We'll put it at the bottom of solid. Alright. Normal Yangaruga. Again, like, I don't know. Scarred Yangaruga just literally has like a scar on its face and it's like missing like an ear or something, right? Like, there's not a big difference. And honestly, I don't think the scarring necessarily makes it look cooler or anything. We'll just put it under decent, you know. It's a cool monster, but, you know, it's an annoying fight. If I remember correctly, I was like, this fight sucks. All right, Zinogre, the most popular monster from the franchise, as voted by the fans. Zinogre, and I get it. It's a fantastic design. It's a great design. It's iconic. It's really high up there. We're gonna put it under God tier, obviously, because it's just an incredible design. The armor's okay. The armor's okay looking. I've never been super big into the Zinogre armor. The weapons are okay looking. I just really think it's just visually, and the fight is just very well done. Where do I put it though? Do I put it above Namiel? I don't know. Do I put it above Seething? And do I put it above Ebony? I think I have to put it above Ebony. Yeah, I think I have to. It's just Zenogre's so iconic. I think I gotta put it there, right? God tier. I feel like you have to. I mean, who wouldn't put... Very few people wouldn't put Zenogre high up. Even if you don't really like the fight or anything, it's like, how can you deny that it's a great design? Like, you can't deny that. Like, it's a fantastic design for a monster. And then last but not least, we have Zora Magdaros. The gigantic Elder Dragon that kind of starts off the whole Monster Hunter World experience, right? I like the fact that it's kind of like the whole living volcano kind of towering creature. I like that. It's got some like turtle, like snapping turtle inspirations in its design. But overall, like the fight was, you know, whatever. Nothing special about the design. Like I've never been too big of a fan of like the super large monsters because it's like you never really feel like you're doing much. Like I get it, like you're using cannons and everything, but to me that's not fun. Like I want to like hand-to-hand combat. Like I want to use my sword and like bash your head in type of stuff. So yeah, I've never been big into like those type of fights. Like I always like the monsters where like you actually feel like you're doing something to it. Like, you know, like a give and take type of thing. When you're fighting up against something that big, it just doesn't do it for me as much. So we're gonna put it under solid. Do I like it more than Xeno'jiiva? The fight's way worse. I mean, and it doesn't... Oh, but you know what? The armor's cool, though. Even though, like, it's not, you know, compatible with, like, the weapon styles I like. So, I never really used the armor. The armor's cool. But, like, the design, it's whatever. It's a cool monster, but... Again, like, the fight doesn't do much for me. Because it's not, like, a standard... I hit you with my sword, you come back at me type of fight. So I will always typically rank those monsters a little bit lower on the scale. So there's all of our monsters. I don't think I need to move any of these around. I think it's pretty well laid out here, I think. Right? Yeah. I think we're good. I think this is looking good, folks. I think this is going to be my completed list from best to worst of Monster Hunter World monsters, ranking them. All right? So see, like, you can't get upset. I didn't shit on anybody's monster. So if your favorite, like, who here is going to say, like, the Leshen is one of the coolest monsters in the series? Nobody's going to say that. Nobody's going to say that unless you're, like, a huge Witcher fan. But it's, like, it's not even a Monster Hunter monster. And it doesn't really fit well into the universe. So, yeah, that's what that's the order we're going with, folks. What do you think? This is a good lineup? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You probably disagree. Let's be real here. But if you do, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below who you would rank up as like your top monsters or your least favorite, you know, in this game for just World and Iceborne. Let me have it, you know. Let me know if you want to throw some insults my way. Like, bro, how could you put, you know, who would they say? How could you put... I'll probably get some shit from people who like Brachydios. I feel like they're like, dude, Brachydios is so cool. Why would you put it only under solid? I feel like that one will probably give me the most kickback. Maybe Diablos. The rest of these down here are decent. I don't think most people will disagree. I feel it. Oh, you know what? Young Garuga. I know a lot of people like Young Garuga, so they'll probably be upset about that. But this is just my list, guys. This is what I feel like is a good kind of, you know, ranking system here for what I feel from Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. Do me a solid. If you like the video, hit that like button. And also, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, all right? We're trying to build this community up, and I need your help with that, all right? We do a lot of Monster Hunter. We just do cool creatures, dragons, dinosaurs, whatever like that. In general, I draw a lot of them. I'm going to do more ranking videos like this. So more content to come, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. But that's going to be it for me for today, folks. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.